So here's what Tate is saying about women who go to festivals. So Tate says, this is from his Cobra Tate account, he says, avoid women who go to festivals. They're either on some loser's table who's feeding from cocaine or in a crowd of sweaty peasants because they're a sweaty peasant. Endless Instagram stories screaming and having fun to prove to the world they're worthless. Hard pass on festa hoes.
Shoot.
So, Nat.
Yes.
What's the last festival you've been to?
The same one you've been to. If I go anywhere, I go with you. You keep me safe.
And how long ago was that?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
You keep me safe. I'm like, okay, I'm with this guy.
You know, there's a story from Seinfeld that it's a festivus for the rest of us if you're a Seinfeld fan. He just made up a new word, festa hoes, for the rest of hoes. Here's what I'll say to what Tate is saying about that. As we all know, Tate likes to be extreme and make bombastic comments. I don't think that every girl that goes to a festival is a festa hoe. However, a lot are.
Yes, they
are.
Yeah.
A lot are. Not you.
Yeah, but we've seen
they out
them.
there. I will say this. At some point, every woman has to have an epiphany phase. Okay? Now, I don't expect women who are 21, 23, 25 to not want to go to festivals and not want to go to concerts and clubs. And I think that's completely unrealistic. I think it would be hypocritical for me that's worked in nightlife and has hung out with thousands, if not millions of women in clubs to be like, what you hoes doing up in clubs and festivals? So I think that would be hypocritical.
Right.
I will say, at a certain point, sooner rather than later for women, they should exit stage left from being a festa hoe or being a hoe and actually turn into a good girl, not a bad bitch, a good girl,
right,
and actually get their mind right and act right. I'll give you a story. I'm in Miami the other night, and my buddy introduces me to a very pretty girl, pretty, you know, tall, gorgeous. This girl was blonde, dark eyes, the whole deal. And I was like, oh, so what up? What do you like to do? She's like, yeah, I just moved down here from New York, and I'm a DJ. I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, well, I'm kind of like a part-time DJ. I work in an office, but I really want to be a DJ. And I'm going to Rufus of Soul this weekend, and I'm going to this event. I'm going to that. And I said, that sounds great. How old are you? She goes, 38. I'm like, you're 38, and this is what you're all about. Now, listen, if you're 28, that's already kind of a little crossing the line.
Yeah.
But you're 38 talking like you're 21. Lovely meeting you, Rebecca. I'm going stage left here.
Yikes.
So there's different stages in life that you can be a festa hoe versus just a straight up hoe.
Yeah, for sure.
And so for a man that is looking for something a little more in depth and a little serious and has been to festivals and has been with some festa hoes.
Guilty.
For me, I wasn't fooled by how pretty she was and how, you know, good looking she was and how done up she was. She answered one question about what are you all about? And when she's like, I love to go to festivals and concerts and dance and do my thing, and I'm trying to become a DJ at 38, I said, best of luck, baby. So I'm right there with you, Tate. At some point, you do need to avoid these type of women.
Yes.
But at the same time, not every girl that goes to a festival
is like that. For sure.
But a lot are.
Yeah, no, they're out there. So just be mindful of those women. But you can pick up on it. Use your instinct, man. Like, be smart. You can sense when a girl is looking for things from you. And a lot of the time in that scene, they want to be in the VIP and do whatever. So just be on you're on 10, you know?
I'll say one last thing. And I think most guys will understand what I'm saying here. Some of these girls are, how do I say this? Very attractive.
They're very attractive.
Like, very attractive. So, there's nothing wrong with, you know, as Drake says, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing wrong with partying with some of these festa hoes. You just don't want to be wifing up these festa hoes.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that too, because it just takes one wrong night for you to make a decision or something happen. Look, we had a one-shot wonder, you know?
Well, that's why
and now you're engaged forever with a relationship because of the child with a festival.
Well, that's why you wrap it up.
Correct, but if it breaks or something, then what?
Bend, don't break. That's my final point. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, what
that's what they say in the NFL defense. Bend, don't break.
Yeah, because I watched that.
Tate then goes in. If he said, oh, you think I'm only calling out the hoes? Hold my beer. Let's call out some of these crypto nerds out here for a second. So Tate had this to say about some of these crypto people out there, and I know a lot of them because, as you all know, Miami has become the capital of capital, the capital of crypto, the capital of NFTs.
Right.
Not fucking things that I deal with, NFTs. He says, there's a new generation of nerds, crypto kids who got rich in 2021 by scamming in shitcoins or NFTs. The easy money isn't in crypto anymore. They're 20-something and have no real-world skills, but the rent is due and their crypto fortune is sinking.
Yeah.
So they buy a Lamborghini and some watches. They open up social media accounts and brand themselves as businessmen. They come up with some backstory about being as successful in real life despite being 20 years old. Scroll down. Yep. Usually a digital market agency or some other value or bullshit that can't be proven. Then they try to sell you the secrets of how to make money. Some 25-year-old yelling at you that money is easy. All right, he goes on and on and on. Wow. So I've seen this. I know this. I can appreciate this. I understand this. You know, I think if there's any message that I try to convey to all you guys out there is my whole thing with money, other than save that money, is I want to build wealth slow, not get rich quick. So you have no idea how many guys I've seen come and go in Miami over the years, whether it's the real estate stuff, tech stuff, crypto stuff, NFT stuff. It's sort of easy to get rich quick, but it's very hard to build wealth slow.
Right.
So most of the crypto kids that he's talking about, some of the reasons that they lose their money isn't so much because they made money and they lost money in crypto. No, that's not what it is. It's because when you build wealth or get rich quick, you have zero foundation of how to operate. You have zero understanding of what to do with the money. You haven't really earned it. So what happens is you start paying $6,000 in rent when you should be spending $2,000. You end up buying a $100,000 Lamborghini when you could just Uber everywhere or just have a normal whatever car.
Yeah.
You end up going to clubs and you're 21 years old and you are what is known as a fucking mark. And they say, oh, the table minimum is $5,000 tonight. Welcome to Club Live or Club Story or Bodega or whatever amazing club there is in South Beach or in Vegas at Excess and Lavo or whatever Tao Group owns. And they're going to hit you with the minimum and you don't know shit. And then, by the way, the bottle waitress knows that you don't know shit. So she's going to hit you with that 20% gratuity. You just paid her $1,000 and you have no clue what you're doing.
Yep.
However, if you've been around the block a little bit, you could say, hi, I would like a table with no minimum. Or we're going to chop up the bill a few different ways. Or I know a promoter and I'm going to sit with him and all his chicks and I'm just going to drop him $500 for letting me sit with him. When there's a will, there's a way. But if you have no experience, you're going to get taken to the cleaners. You know, they say a man with money meets a man with experience.
Yeah.
A man with the money walks away with the experience. A man with the experience walks away with the money. Good luck, young fella out there. So that's what happens with a lot of these crypto kids. It's easy to say Bitcoin was worth 60, 70 grand, and then it went down to 15, 20, and that's why they lost all their money. Yes, that is on the surface the story. We all understand that Dogecoin at one point was almost worth $1. Now it's worth less than a penny, whatever the number is. Fact check me, all good. But that's only half the story. You've made the money. Now what do you do with it? So if you like that clip, click right here to watch another. Or if you want to watch the entire SOSCAST, click right here.